earlier on that police officers were involved in the escape of the alleged illegal mining kingpin James Neo Tiger Tshoaeli. Records show that he wasn't ever booked into police stations where other suspected illegal miners are held, nor was he hospitalized. Tshoaeli remains on the loose and a manhunt is currently underway for him.
What I can say without any fear of contradiction is that we believe that our own members are somehow involved in the disappearance of this wanted illegal mining kingpin. We have whittled down our investigation to focus on particular individuals. You will understand that Tiger surfaced with other miners on a particular day, and as per our records, we know who are the members that were on duty.
Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba joins us now with the latest. Ziniko, I know you would have been watching that briefing as well by Major General Aseneng, confirming what we'd been told earlier, that senior police officials had been involved in all of this. I'd like for you to just perhaps start by recounting to our viewers, being there as you were, when that resurfacing was happening, the level of chaos that might have been there that allowed the escape of this particular individual who now turns out to be a kingpin.
Yes, Iman, remember that for the past 2 months, if I may say, we've seen various illegal miners coming out at shaft number 10, shaft number 11, but also at Margaret Shaft. But when the rescue operations, especially during the period in which experts took over the retrieval process, that's when we saw, a high volume of illegal miners, coming out. And of course, this was at the period when there was a lack of food underground. And of course, we had 2 volunteers who were leading the experts in terms of going underground to try and assist those illegal miners who wanted to come out at the time. And obviously, Tiger came, he came with the very last group that came out on a Wednesday, on the last day of the operations, and that is what Major General Aseneng also alluded to, saying that due to the fact that Tiger was updated in terms of how far the operations will be going, and then a decision was taken underground for him to resurface with the very last group. And of course, at that time, police are saying they're looking at those dynamics as well in terms of what really happened leading up to that last group which resurfaced last from that cage. But also he confirms that they are very sure that Tiger was aided or assisted by one or by law enforcement agents who were there on site, saying that according to their systems, balances and checks, they were able to really count who was stationed where at shaft number 11 during that period where Tiger escaped. That's when now they were able to then pin their suspects down to few individuals who might be or who have been identified as culprits who might have assisted Tiger. So as far as their own internal processes are concerned, I think there is some progress that has been made in terms of zooming into who assisted Tiger, but there's no clarity in terms of how far they've gone in terms of hunting down this kingpin who's popularly known as Tiger. They are not sure whether he has escaped the country and went to Lesotho or he's still within the boundaries of South Africa. They are saying that, well, they've unleashed intelligence officials, but also various counterparts in Lesotho, but also here in South Africa at various levels, at the provincial, at national, but also at the regional level. So from what I can pick up, from what I picked up from his briefing, they have no clue just yet, or they were deliberate. They are deliberate in terms of not oversharing information as far as their own investigations are concerned. So that's what we know so far. But also we got a sense, Iman, that the police now are considering withdrawing from Stilfontein, especially at the shaft, saying that police officers cannot be permanently, guarding those shafts. It is the responsibility of their counterparts, the Department of Mineral Resources and Minerals, to take over those shafts. So in terms of now those engagements needing to start between police and mineral resources in terms of what is the exit plan from Stilfontein and what will that mean for those shafts, we we also been made aware, Iman, officially, but some of our sources, that there might be some people who remain underground. So if government is considering or is pursuing now engagements amongst themselves in terms of how they will exit Stilfontein, what does that mean for those that remain underground? So those are some of the questions that I think government will have to answer as the weeks go on.
Ziniko Mhlaba, thank you very much for the latest there on developments regarding the Stilfontein miners.